Step 3. Pricing the bid. After you've completed your takeoff, you'll want to double check everything. Here's the gray non-current button on the takeoff screen. It will show everything that has been taken off on this page. You'll want to double check each page to make sure everything has been taken off. Here's a more appropriate acoustical grid system, and the second floor grid system, and the third floor. Now it's time to go to the material pricing screen to enter the prices of our materials. One way of getting there from the takeoff screen is by clicking Bid Grid in the upper left-hand corner. Now you'll go to the $ icon to go to the material pricing screen. When you go to the material pricing screen, you'll be defaulted to be on the unit price for the material item at the top of the screen. You'll want to enter a material price and then click Enter. Now that I've entered that material price, I've entered it for this job only. I have not sent that price to the database. The database unit price, right here under DB unit price, is still 0. Before we send this price to the database, you might want to pull the price unit column over next to unit price to be sure that this is the price per lineal foot of this item that you want to send to the database. In order to send the price to the database, you'll mark the item and you'll come over here and you'll click this icon to send to database. Then you'll fill in the price and you'll click OK, and the price will go to the database. It doesn't appear immediately always. You might need to refresh this screen by clicking the $ icon again. Then it will appear under the database unit price. Now, if you've entered prices all the way down this list, you can send all of the prices to the database all at once. Another thing you're going to want to do is come over here to the columns button or columns picker and fill in this number sign column. The number column right here indicates the number of occurrences of an item in the job, where this item only occurs one time in the job. You can go to the CP button right here to go to condition properties. Since it only occurs in one condition, the Edge estimator knows which condition to go to, so if we click CP, it will take us to the condition properties for the condition that that item occurs in. If you click on an item that occurs in many places in the job, like this item, and then you go to the CP button, it will be grayed out because it doesn't know which condition you want to go to. When it occurs in multiple places in the job, you can double click on the item and that will show all of the places where that item occurs. Then you can click on a condition and go to condition properties from here. Also on the pricing screen, we have the wizard. That's this icon right here. With some of these items, you might want to change the order unit and or the price unit. All you need to do to accomplish that goal is click on the item, then click on the magic wand to go to the wizard, then click. Make sure that the user code is correct, then click Next. Then you can put in a new order unit and or a new price unit. You'll want to spell it correctly. Click Next. It will ask you how many of something are in that order unit. I'm going to say there are 100 square feet of this item in that roll. And yes, I want to be able to round this item up from the pricing screen. I'll click Next, 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 Next until I get to the final screen. If I fill anything in on this final screen, it will send these items to the database. I have not changed the price for this item. It's still at 0, so it will just send a price of 0 to the database, which is fine for now. Now that item is ordered in rolls and priced in rolls, and it tells the number of rolls that you need. You can't necessarily order 323.78 rolls of this item, but remember, in the wizard we designated yes, we want that item to be roundable. So to round, we're going to mark the item and come up to this icon to round it up. And now it has been rounded up. It was originally at 323.78. It added 0.22 to come to 324. That's round up. If you want to round up all of them at the same time, you can by clicking the column header to mark them all and click Round Up, and it will round all of the ones that are roundable. These are not roundable currently. Another thing on the pricing screen is replace tilde code. To completely swap out an item, you can click on it and come up here to replace tilde code and swap it out. And maybe change the size, the gauge, the width, the length of this board if you want to. But I have just changed this in all 12 places at the same time. It changed not only here on the pricing screen, but also in condition properties for all 12 places that it occurs. One other thing you can do on the pricing screen in version 12, you can export to Excel by clicking this icon, and you give the file a name and put it somewhere on your system, and it will open an Excel file which is editable. There you have the pricing screen. Thank you for watching.